always feel like I write soundtracks when I ski. I always hear music of what I would want to this stuff.
Raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, Matt Reardon always marched to the beat of a different drummer. Louisiana and skiing typically don't go hand in hand, but Matt proved that label wrong and became a world-renowned professional big mountain skier. With his smooth style, laid-back demeanor, and the ability to stomp big drops, filmmakers, photographers, and sponsors were lining up.
I ended up signing with Vocal and Marker and been around the world and Antarctica and the Arctic and all sorts of expeditions and get to meet super cool people. It kind of opens up the door to so much, and getting the experience to travel in all these remote places and, you know, get to experience just kind of like say powder skiing. And I have a lot to thank for skiing, that's for sure.
Matt's face has been on the cover of many magazines worldwide, and during these photo and film shoots, Matt always packed his guitar for unwinding in his room or the impromptu jam session like this one at Baldface Lodge.
You know, that's magic, you know, when you just meet someone. Music has that common ground where even if you just met them, you can connect on such a different level when you both play music and you're vibing back and forth. And it's a magical feeling to be able to play music and click with someone like that.
Matt grew up in a musically talented family. His mother, Karen, was a concert pianist. Music was always in Matt's core, but it was an injury that pulled Matt back deep into the music world.
I got pretty severely hurt for 3 years. That's when I started music. I moved over to Chamonix and I stayed there for about 10 years and used to play in every dive bar around Europe and try to make enough money to stay over there, and ended up writing a soundtrack. My first one was for Teton Gravity Research for Further, and then from there I think I've done like 50 soundtracks or something like that, and eventually got a record deal and did the whole Hollywood thing and made an album, and it went straight to the Billboard Top 40.
Reardon and his band Black Sunshine emerged onto the music scene with the Billboard Top 40 single, Once in My Life, which was a tribute about a life experience.
It was about a good friend of mine that passed away, and then we went to go bury him. Another friend of mine came out and fell the wrong way off of a cliff and snapped her neck. This girl named Gary and Boyle. So I kind of wrote it third person and wrote itself in like 5 minutes, and I submitted it and got a record deal, and it immediately went to the Billboard Top 40 without a whole lot of push. And I traveled around. I hit every radio station in the United States with an acoustic and a rental car, and I'd sleep in the parking lot, and I'd wake up and go to the radio station at 7, hit the next one at noon, the next one at the evening, stay in a hotel or sleep in the car and drive to the next place.
Matt focused solely on his music career, taking it to the next level.
Ended up opening up for Godsmack, Alice in Chains, just some of my hero bands, and lived on a tour bus for 2 years, and then decided to pull the plug. I wanted to get back to skiing and not live on a tour bus.
Matt gravitated back to the mountains surrounding Lake Tahoe, where he was spending his time writing music, skiing, and working as the executive director of the Squaw Valley Institute. Matt's friendship with American downhill skier Darren Rolfs evolved into a music writing collaboration for one of Darren's sponsors. Red Bull Media was producing Strife, a documentary film on the legendary Hahnenkamm downhill ski race. Matt wrote and sang the movie's theme song, Seize the Day.
The Strife soundtrack was just like a one-song project, which kind of exploded, and they put a lot more. They wanted me to write a lot of stuff for the film once we turned in the first one, and the first one was a song called Seize the Day, and they know that I'm friends with Darren Rolfs, so we water ski all the time, and I just kept interviewing him and getting like one-liners, and that's how I wrote it. I kind of looked through all his interviews, and he was all about Carpe Diem, kind of, you know, second place, first loser, and what you have to do to actually like throttle that hard to win the Hahnenkamm race. So it was pretty easy to write the lyrics. And then I teamed up with Randy Cantor, who has quite a few Grammys, and we wrote the music together. And then I submitted it to the film producer in Red Bull, and then They put a whole orchestra to it and it turned it into like a rockestra.
Reardon has reached new heights in both his skiing and music career, and with numerous accolades under his belt, he's had some pretty cool experiences.
And Strife is now the most successful Austrian film in history in any category, so it did pretty well. I'll come in 4 bars.
For Matt's music and his skiing, it's been one incredible ride.
I have a lot to thank for, that's for sure.